Welcome to Tent Talk, the podcast with Nancy McCready, where we talk about life under the big tent of God's presence and the provoking process of discipleship. Here we go.
Hey everybody, welcome to Tent Talk. This is Nancy McCready. Who do you identify with? This is going to have bearing on every other aspect of your life with God, with yourself, and with others. And it does matter who you identify with. Take a listen, and I hope this encourages you to go deeper into your personal process of real, true discipleship with Him and potentially connect with me. Check out From Trauma to Trust, my book. You can purchase it on Amazon. Also, we would greatly appreciate that anyone that is a part of Tent Talk Podcast would give us a 5-star review, give us a 5-star rating, give us a review that will encourage others to come on board with us. Help us to get the message out. We really appreciate you. Thanks so much. Hey everybody, I am about to head out to Austria, and I'm driving through Prague in the Czech Republic here in just a few hours as the folks from Austria come to pick me up. So I'm recording the podcast for today, just right before I'm walking out of the castle here in Lwówek, Poland, where we've been having the cross encounter and watching sons come to the Father's table. It is a staggering privilege to be any part of what God is doing in the nations. And when it gets down to the very specifics, when you see men and women who have known the Lord for maybe years or maybe months, and watching them respond to Him, not just good teaching or a nice event, responding to the Father. You see, this is what begins to happen in this real, true, process of sonship. It's not a program, it's an organic process. So in this series, I identify as a son. Oh, how many things there is to share, and I will continue as the days go on. And let me say this before I forget, for those of you that listened to the previous podcast to this, we failed to post that it was an archive episode. So I'm sure that you figured out that it was recorded just right in the very, very early days of 2020 when COVID had just begun to make a nuisance of itself. And so anyway, I just wanted to make sure and make note of that. But in continuing with A.W. Tozer, his book, The Pursuit of God, in chapter 8, restoring the creator-creature relation, really restoring the father and son relationship, it says, the pursuit of God will embrace the labor of bringing our total personality into conformity to His. Oh, my friends, statements like that make me want to stop, close the book, and just think about it for a while. You see, God really does mean to conform us to the image of His Son. And I just want to say to those of you that may take your breath and you may think, I'll lose myself in that. No, you will find yourself in Him. You were chosen out before the foundations of the world, and anything else that's been trying to define you, even you yourself, comes to a place as we mature as His people and as His sons, where we mature in this really understanding who we are and who He made us to be. And so it goes on, because how many of you know there's a lot of comments that I could make, but I'm wanting to provoke you by the same things that provoke me. And as I read them, I want to share them. It says, the moment we make up our minds that we are going on with this determination to exalt God over all, we step out of the world's parade. I'm going to read that again. The moment you, make up your mind that you are going on with this determination, this decision to have God be totally first, that you have said, God, I see who you are and I give myself to you. When this happens at deeper levels, Tozer says we step out of the world's parade, and we shall find ourselves out of adjustment to the ways of the world, and increasingly so as we make progress in the holy way. We shall acquire a new viewpoint. My friends, when you sit at the Father's table, as I watch people do this all the time, and I know even after conversations I've just had this morning at breakfast with people who have walked with the Lord in such depth over the years, and what He is saying to them new and fresh about themselves today, things that He is revealing to them as they stay with Him, it's just, I don't know, I can't think of another word. It's just staggering. They are acquiring this new viewpoint because now they begin to see everything from His point of view. And it is exquisitely painful, and it is so very necessary and so very freeing. It says, then we shall acquire a new viewpoint, and a new and different psychology will be formed within us. A new power will begin to surprise us by its upsurging and its outgoing. Our break with the world will be the direct outcome of our changed relation to God. For the world of fallen men does not honor God. Millions call themselves by His name, it is true, and they pay some token respect to Him. But a simple test will show how little He, God, is really honored among them. Ooh, I'm going to stop there. Listen, my friends, God is doing something in those who are allowing it. I've always loved the statement Watchman Nee makes, is God takes very good care of those who let Him. Will you let Him love you as a son today? Will you let Him bring you out of the world's parade? Because you will find that you're not in step any longer. It doesn't mean you'll hate the world. My friends, God so loved the world that He sent His Son. And when we come into His love for us as His sons, we will begin to love the world as He loves the world. We will begin to identify with Him. And therefore, we come out of step with the world so that we might truly, if you will, be sent to the world on His behalf. And that will not be your typical, I need to be a good witness, as a Christian. I need to tell everybody my testimony. Well, yes, there may be aspects of that are true. But my friends, we are a living witness of Him, are we not? I mean, what else do we have to speak of? And to just be who He's made us to be, that wonderful freedom that begins to happen, that intensely sharp, clarifying viewpoint that we begin to have. And when it said that you would have a new psychology, it means you're going to have some new food for your soul, because it's coming from the Spirit of the living God, the Spirit who is known as the promise of our Father. The Holy Spirit is poured out by Him, that we may be brought along to Him and with Him. So how about it? How about we do that? That we go with Him and let Him bring us deeper into sonship, that we might know the Father and that we might make Him known. And that's not just a cliche. There's a reason why somebody said that at some point, is that the revelation finally dawned on them, right? Is that we really know Him. And then we want others to come into real, true relationship with Him. It's not our duty as Christians to be good witnesses. Don't you feel the burden of that? But if you know Him, just make Him known. So as you go forth in your day today, wherever you're at in it, I pray that these words have encouraged you as we have had this conversation under the big tent of God's presence. So, until next time, I love you all.
For more information on Nancy, please visit nancymccready.com or follow her on social media at NB McCready.